What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer Day with TK. It's a beautiful, sunny Thursday afternoon here in Findlay, Ohio. I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. The beer that I have today is called Heavy Melon, and this is a watermelon lime ale from New Belgium Brewing. And New Belgium is out of Fort Collins, Colorado. I know they also have a second facility in North Carolina now, but I think the one most people associate it with is the Colorado Brewing. I've had a lot of their beers over the years. At one time, I used to drink Fat Tire pretty regularly, although I have to say I really don't drink their beers as frequently as I used to. I know I think I did two on the show so far. I did one that was some kind of lime ale, and then I did that Wild Ride, which was the anniversary beer. Neither of them I didn't, neither of them were particularly great, but, they weren't the worst things I've ever had either. I'm kind of a little nervous about this one. This is lime and watermelon, which are two flavors I'm not really a huge fan of. That being said, I did have a couple watermelon beers that I did enjoy. Same goes for lime. If they're done well, if they are just kind of complementary flavors, I think they work nicely and you can pull off a decent beer. If they're over the top, fake, artificial tasting, I think they destroy a beer or soda or any other kind of mixed drink. If it's at really fake, artificial taste, it's terrible. So I'm hoping that this doesn't have the artificial taste and is more of a natural lime or watermelon flavor in it. I went to the website to check it out, and they told you the yeast, hops, and malt used. So the yeast was an ale yeast. As far as the hops, they used nugget hops, and the malt was pale and caramel 80. And this was described as brewed with juicy watermelon and zesty lime peel. This crushable ale rips with a blast of melon note. So let's give it a shot. 5% ABV, 14 IBUs. Ratings wise, does okay. Untapped a 3.27, Beer Advocate a 3.15, with a rating of 78 okay. Now, what's interesting, if you read the reviews on Beer Advocate, some people were hypercritical of this, really didn't like it. Most people seem to think it was okay. I think there's only 17 reviews, so not a huge sample size there. As far as the color, it kind of looks like that rosé beer I had over at Modcraft the other day. It has that kind of like a reddish hue to it. It's kind of like amber and red kind of combined there. As far as carbonation, there's a ton of bubbles in there. I don't know if the camera can pick them up, but a ton of carbonation. The head, it's probably at least 2 fingers when we're using this jar here, this mason jar. Looks pretty nice. Nice, kind of like a frothy, white. Looks pretty good. Let's give it a sniff. It doesn't smell too bad. I feared that it would smell like over the top, fake, artificial watermelon, and it really doesn't. You pick up watermelon, not a whole heck of a lot more, but it's an okay smell. It's not off-putting. It doesn't scare me away right away. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Cheers. Light bodied. Taste. Taste is a bit strange. Um, I think right up front you get the watermelon sweetness. And I will say this, it's not over the top. I feared this would be like a Four Loko watermelon or something like that. It's really not. It is kind of a more, I don't think it's an artificial watermelon taste. Then you kind of get the lime, the sourness of the lime. But then at the end you do get I don't know what it is, it's like a weird aftertaste. Like you kind of get watermelon lime, it's kind of crisp, it finishes, and then you get some weird taste on the back of your palate or your throat here. Yeah. It's almost like it starts out as a decent beer and then just like punches you in the face and ends kind of poorly. Doesn't really say a heck of a lot more on the bottom. I'm kind of on the fence with this. I'm not sure what I think of it. I don't think it's the worst beer that I've ever had. I don't think it's artificial tasting. Some of the reviews on Beer Advocate were basically saying that this is, super artificial and Coors is interfering. I don't think it tastes like that. I don't think it's, bad and Four Loko esque. That being said, I really don't think the flavors work together either. Like I said, it's that end bit that kind of kills it for me. Like I said, up front, you kind of get okay watermelon. I can deal with this. You get a bit of the lime tartness or sourness or whatever you want to call it, and then it's just like bleh. I don't know what that taste at the end is, and it doesn't really work for me. So for that reason, Heavy Melon, watermelon lime ale from New Belgium, you would get a thumbs down. I don't think I would drink another one of these. I picked it up as a single bottle in a mixed six-pack, so not a huge loss if I don't really care for it. But I'm glad I don't have 5 more of these to leave in the fridge. So it is what it is. I guess you can't like them all. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you tried this one? Did I get it wrong? If so, let me know what you think of it. What other watermelon beers do you like? I've had 1 or 2 that I thought were pretty decent, but I'm always be interested to check out some different ones. So, hey, until next time, cheers.